Your circle affects your mental health. Today is about honesty. So I'm gonna be honest with you. The people you keep around you affect you way more than you think. Like, even if you feel strong or self-confident or independent, your environment still gets to you. If you're constantly around people who are negative, who gossip all the time, who complain about everything or bring drama into your life, it so slowly starts to drain you. And scary part is it happens so subtly that you don't even realize it at first. Start feeling more insecure, more stressed, or just not like yourself anymore. You might even start questioning yourself or your decisions just because of the energy around you. And that's not random, that's your circle influencing you. Energy is real. The way people talk, the way people think, the way they act or react to things, it starts rubbing off on you without you even noticing. And sometimes you stay in those environments because you're used to it or because you've known those people for a long time. But just because someone has been in your life for years, it doesn't mean they are still good for you now. Growth also means recognizing when certain people no longer align with who you are becoming. People change over time. People are growing over time. They are not staying the same as they were. That's why you really have to be intentional about who you keep close. Protect your peace, protect your mindset, and don't be afraid to take distance if something doesn't feel right. Not everyone deserves access to you, your time, or your energy. And sometimes loving yourself also means outgrowing certain people. Become like the 5 people you surround yourself with. You might not realize it, but the people around you are shaping you every single day. If you're surrounded by people who settle, who complain, who lack discipline, you will slowly start doing the same without even noticing. And I'm not saying cut everyone off overnight, but be honest with yourself. Do these people inspire you? Do they elevate you? Or do they keep you comfortable and small? Because you can't build a different life while staying in the same environment. At some point, you have to choose growth over familiarity. Not every joke is harmless. Another thing that I want to talk about, and that is very common, not everything is just a joke, guys. I know people love to say that, but let's be real. If something really hurts you or it keeps coming back in your mind, then it's not just humor. Sometimes people hide disrespect behind jokes. They'll make little comments, throw shade, or say things that hit a sensitive spot, and they know that it will hit a sensitive spot, and laugh off so it doesn't seem serious. But let me tell you something from my own experience. The moment you allow that first joke that actually hurts you, that's when it starts. Because at first it might seem small, you brush it off, you laugh it away, but over time you start noticing that it gets worse and worse. And it's not even hidden anymore. The comments become more direct, more disrespectful, even straight to your face. And that's because in their mind you already accepted it. They feel comfortable doing it to you. They think she didn't say anything before, so it's okay. They gain that confidence to keep going because they know you won't react or set a boundary. And that's why it's so important, guys, to set boundaries, not only in relationships but also with friendships. And if it reaches a point where you feel disrespected again and again and nothing changes, then sometimes the only option is to walk away from that friendship. And that's okay, but walking away doesn't mean that person is automatically bad or a bad person. You can never know 100% what's going on in someone's mind or heart. Maybe that's just how they joke. Maybe they didn't really fully realize the impact. Maybe there is just jealousy. Maybe there isn't. You just don't know for sure. So instead of blaming or pointing fingers, sometimes it's better to simply take distance in a respectful way. You can say something like, I think we just have different expectations or a different mentality when it comes to friendship. That way you are not attacking them, but you are choosing yourself. At the end of the day, it's about respecting yourself enough to walk away from what hurts you, while still respecting the other person by not turning it into hate. Sometimes distance is just the healthiest option for both sides. Don't ever accept disrespect. I need you to really understand this. The first time you accept disrespect, you're teaching someone how to treat you. And I know sometimes you think maybe it wasn't that deep or I don't want to overreact, but every time you stay silent, it becomes the new standard. The right person doesn't need to be corrected into respecting you. So don't negate your dignity just to keep someone around. Because the moment you tolerate disrespect, you lose a piece of yourself. Real friends wants to see you grow, wants to see you win, and genuinely feels happy for you. They support your choices even if they don't fully understand them, because they respect you as a person. They don't get weird when you're leveling up or doing something different, they stand by you. And I also want to say something that I feel like a lot of people need to hear. You don't owe anyone every single detail about your life. Nowadays, people expect you to share everything, your plans, your decisions, your personal life. And if you don't, they take it very personally. Sometimes it even goes so far that people start thinking like, oh, she's hiding things from me, or maybe she doesn't wish me well, or even something like bad energy or jealousy. When that's not the case at all. Most of the time, the real reason you keep certain things to yourself is simply because it gives you peace. It protects your mental state. For example, imagine you're in a relationship and you tell someone everything from A to Z. Then you go through a difficult period, and people keep asking you, how is it going? What's happening at that moment? It can be very, very hard to talk about it. It can feel sensitive, emotional, even overwhelming. And then you're kind of forced to keep explaining something you're still processing yourself. The same goes for your plans, your goals, your dreams. If you tell everything in detail, I'm going to do this, then that, then this, and things don't go as planned, people will start asking questions. And then you'll feel like you have to keep explaining delays, struggles, or things going wrong. And honestly, when you're already in a vulnerable place, that's not always something you want to keep talking about. So, yes, it's okay. It's okay to keep things to yourself. It's okay to move in silence. Sometimes, but at the same time, let me be clear, it's not okay to expect your friends to tell you everything about their lives while you share nothing about yours. That can come across as sneaky or unfair. Friendship goes both ways. The key is honesty and transparency. If someone asks you something and you're not ready to share, you can simply say, hey, I'd rather keep this private for now, or I'm not ready to talk about it this yet, and that should be enough. A real friend will respect that. They won't pressure you, they won't get upset, and they won't turn into something negative. I need you to really understand this. The first time you accept disrespect, you're teaching someone how to treat you. And I know sometimes you think maybe it wasn't that deep or I don't want to overreact. But every time you stay silent, it becomes the new standard. The right person doesn't need to be corrected into respecting you. So don't negate your dignity just to keep someone around. Because the moment you tolerate disrespect, you lose a piece of yourself.